we're going to work on 3 different shapes: straight lines, C curves, and circles. And we're going to do each one in this order. We're going to do something that I call quilting yoga, and this is not in the book because I came up with it after I wrote the book. But I'm pretty sure you'll be able to remember this because it's large body motions that are going to just sink into your body, and you have the recording, which is the better way to see it than to read about it anyway. Then we're going to do some tracing exercises with the trainer tool. Some of you have purchased the Master Trainer tool already. Some of you have made your own. Then we're going to do some drawing on your on the handout or in your sketchbook. And then finally, we're going to quilt a section of your block. So we go in this order because what this does is the quilting yoga and the kind of uses your big muscles to train your little muscles. So this is a form of learning muscle memory. Tracing is another form of learning muscle memory, but that's going to bridge us into drawing. Drawing is where we develop the mental map, and quilting is where we put it all together. We're going to start out with quilting yoga for lines, and all I want you to do is rock back and forth. Just let your weight shift back and forth from foot to foot, and as you go, just let your arms glide from side to side. Okay? Now, if you've ever rocked a fussy baby, you'll recognize this. This is the fussy baby rock. Okay? And the nice thing about this is that this movement, if you use your body at the sewing machine to quilt, you're going to get a nice straight line because your body doesn't wobble. Okay? And we're going to come over here on the tracing sheet. And now I want you to put your hands on the trainer tool in the position that you would use to hold your fabric. And the dot right here is going right on the line right there. And you're going to glide and pause, 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 glide and pause. And just work your way through this design. And you want to move at the speed that you're going to be stitching at the sewing machine. And what's happening here is that your hands are learning to move in that pattern. And the nice thing about having the guide like this is that you don't have to figure it out as you go along. The guide takes you exactly through the motions that you need to do to quilt this pattern. So there's no trial and error and there's no mistakes. You just go right to the thing that works. So what I want you to do now is to take your paper. You can use this area of your paper or you can turn it over to the back. Okay, you can see I already did a class on this and this is already on my back. And we're going to do that same pattern. Now I don't want you to try to copy the pattern exactly. I want you to do your version of this pattern. So, but some of the things that you want to keep in mind are the lines should be no more than 2 inches long, and they can cross, and they can go in any direction. And you just want to fill up the space evenly. And now I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to use 1/4 of my block, and I'm going to stitch that design in 1/4 of my block. And you just go ahead and follow along with me. There's my design.